Hey, everybody. I'd like to welcome you guys to Morning Mimosas, where we put value in criminal justice, promoting healing and education for our Black community. Y'all, this is a really big one for us, and I'm really, really excited to be collaborating with these brothers because, they talk about some real good stuff too. And I love that they're blunt, and I love that they speak their mind. So I'm going to go ahead and introduce Trap Talks TV. I'm going to go off and start with CJ. Let's go ahead and welcome him.
Hey, how y'all doing? I'm on third of the Trap Talks TV host trio pillars. CJ Speed Rush, and thank you for having us. It's a great thing. We've been waiting for this, so we're ready to do it and get into it. See what we can say and what we can come up with here.
I'm excited. What happened to
To what? What happened to?
where's Kenny? Oh, okay, there he is. I
Oh,
was
I'm about
like,
to say I thought he was on. I thought you had to bring
yeah,
him in. I thought you had to
no,
bring him in.
no, he was gone for a second. Okay, here's the second gentleman,
Oh yeah,
Kenny.
Supreme
Yeah,
man, where you at, bro?
I was like, where was
Bro,
he
I
at for
don't.
a second?
I'm sorry, y'all. I don't know what was going on with my phone. Like I could hear y'all, but I couldn't see myself or nothing.
Right, right. This is my boy right here, man. My brother right
Yeah.
here.
What's going on, y'all? Thanks for having us on here for real.
For real, for real.
I'm really, really excited. So the third gentleman will actually be joining us later. So we'll introduce him once he does. And then I'm gonna go ahead and introduce our guest host. I love her to death, Miss Globe.
Good morning. It's so great to be here again. I'm excited about today. I am
I am
excited.
Good
so
morning.
am so am I. And then we have another special guest here, Mr. Lamar Smith. And I'm actually gonna have him talk about
Uh,
his podcast as well. Hey, hey,
oh,
hey.
now, how's it going? How's it going, everybody?
What's going
Yes,
Hey,
on?
sir.
going good. How you doing, bro?
About to share
Fantastic,
this. I'm
man.
sharing it.
Fantastic. Fantastic.
All right. And we actually have a mental health professional by the name of Mr. Thomas Warren Jr. He will join us later on once his expertise is needed. So we're actually going to go ahead and just get right into it. Mental health versus man. It's not like a versus thing, it's mental health and man. But I just worded it like that. But for you men out there, any one of y'all, why is it that y'all don't take care of y'all's mental health? What is it?
Well, I mean, we talk about this on the show a lot, but usually for us, growing up, we didn't, we was always taught to, just take it on the chin. So it's like that's a simple answer at the end of the day. Just take it on the
Yeah.
chin, and whatever's going to happen is just going to happen at this day. Like nobody's going to care about your feelings. You're a man. Like that's how it was always put to me, at least. Like get out your feelings about shit. You gotta grow up. You're not a hate to say it this way. You're not a girl. So
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of like what I'm saying. You raising up. You got like a baby rhino or something. You raise it up his whole life, and it believes it's a rhino. It move like a rhino, and then
right,
when he get grown, you be like, you know what? Nah, just be a regular hippo. We don't need you to have
right.
hormones. We don't need that. That's extra. We don't need that. So yeah.
No, I definitely agree with that. It's just that, that previous generation of how tough everyone had to be. So, us growing up, it's like, you had to be tough. You couldn't show no emotions. You couldn't cry. Don't be no punk. Don't be no sissy, just all that stuff. So now it's like, now we're in that confused state because it's like we have the options to be vulnerable and open up, but it's hard to take advantage of that because you always hear that same voice in the back of
Right.
your head, like, don't be no punk, shut up, don't cry, tough it up. That's what I think it stems from for sure.
And even it's more enhanced now because with social media, what I mean, I still, like you got women saying they want us to be more open and things like that. But then of course then you got men, and of course we know like certain things we say we're not going to just say it just to say it. We've been through it. So some men feel like what's the point of opening up to my lady if she's just going to throw it back at me later, you know what I mean? Shit like that.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
so it's like, and we've been through that. I mean, we all done had that. Well, I know me and bro, we talk about it. We done been through shit like that. So it's like, what's the point of that? So if you feel like if you just open up and it's gonna be thrown back later, maybe not right now because you want me to vent, but later when you mad, you're gonna be on some. Oh, that's why you got daddy issues, you got mama issues, some
You
random
feel
shit like
me?
that later. Then it's like, all right,
Yeah,
I might as well just shut the
yeah,
fuck up. I might as well just shut up and
that's
just do
true.
what I do and smoke a blunt and call it a day. But that's just the way, that's how
I
some
feel
niggas
like
like
it's
to
a
do that
balance.
shit.
I feel like it's a balance to it. Not to cut you off, Speed, but I just
No,
feel
facts.
like I used to like even look at some of my old posts. I used to be like, you should never vent to your
Mhm.
girl or whatever, but like it got to be a balance, like a heavy balance to it, because whether we want to admit it or not, venting to your woman too much or like overly revealing yourself, that shit fuck up like the dynamic. I feel like it compromised, not to say hierarchy because it sounds like on some misogynistic shit, but it compromised like the certain dynamic. I feel
They
like
look
it's
at you
supposed
like
to
you
be
like
for a relationship to
hey, nah,
run
Supreme, call it
smooth.
what it is, bro. They start looking at you like you more soft, bro. Like in their mind, they might not
Yeah,
admit it. They might
yeah,
not admit it,
exactly.
but the
Because you got to
truth
think
is,
about
like
it. You know
you
what I'm
start
saying?
opening up, being a little weak and shit.
Women
They
be
gonna look at you like you
unsure.
soft.
Women be unsure. They be emotional. They have all this stuff going on. So you, as they man, the last thing they need is for your ass to be in here acting sporadic. You on the same type shit. So I
Right,
understand it to a point, but it's just like at the same
right,
time, like
right.
you ask for it. It's like, damn, open up, open up, open up. Them nigga open up. You can't handle it. Now we gonna send in a bucket of shit.
Right.
It's so funny hearing you guys say that. I've heard it before, like you said, all over social media. But honestly, as a man, I've never experienced that.
That's crazy.
Never experienced that. Like
Boy, you adult.
Yeah, I'm about to say
me
for
and my
real.
wife, me and my wife, we've been married. It'd be 8 years Tuesday.
Okay,
That's
We've been
beautiful.
together.
that's beautiful.
We've been
That's
together
beautiful.
I love
for
that.
16 years.
Wow.
And not once have I been in a situation where my wife uses like my emotions as a weakness. Because I've seen it before. I even dealt with it in friends. Like even now, like I'll open up to a friend and then we get into a spat or something and they use that as a weapon. It's like, damn, like I told you that in confidence, but you trying to use it as a weapon. But yeah, I hear it all the time from dudes like, yeah, you can't open up to your woman because they're gonna use it as a weapon. Heard it, seen it, but experienced it like personally from my wife.
Nah,
No,
yeah.
no, no,
I mean,
no.
you got, I mean, I'm not gonna say it's a lucky thing. That's great. That's great because
It's lucky. Be real with it. It's
nah,
very
you know what I
lucky.
mean? Because I'm saying there's a lot. I'm pretty sure it's a lot of women out there that are, that aren't like that, But maybe it's just we were young. It is what it is. Maybe it's just the type of women we were dealing with at the time. It's toxic out here, so it is what it is. People
Very.
gotta learn. People gotta learn and
Yeah.
grow. So hopefully, whoever they are with now, they're treating their men with more, better with that mental health stuff and everything.
I think
Yeah.
that women are. Oh, I didn't want to
Go ahead.
cut you
No,
off,
you're good.
but
You're good.
I did want to share that I love to believe that I'm not that woman. I know I don't put like anything use any weaponize any vulnerability. However, I know that there is a stigma on like men opening up, and society as a whole is still adjusting to that.
Mm-hmm.
So to say that Lamar's situation or my situation is the norm, that's very dishonest to say,
Mm-hmm.
because there are still those antiquated stigmas and gender roles that are present in a lot of, especially heterosexual relationships. So it's a two-way street. Like
Yeah.
society is advancing with being vulnerable too, because women couldn't be vulnerable either. They were just doped up just a few decades ago. So everybody's
Mm-hmm.
kind of working through how to be human with each other.
Yeah, it's a big adjustment from
Mhm.
us growing up to like now, because we didn't have social media, we didn't have
Mhm.
Nope.
YouTube or the internet and
Right.
stuff like that. So
Nope.
all the information is relatively available now, but I've seen a lot of change where it's like, okay, I can be vulnerable. There is places I can be vulnerable, or just just to be normal. You know what I'm saying? It's when it comes to being a man, because you have to carry the world on your shoulders all the time with we got police brutality and crazy baby mamas or vindictive women, and
Okay.
not to say that men
Okay.
not to say that men are perfect, but everyone deals with something, and it's always like, yeah, you got to be tough, got to be strong, fuck all that. So
And then, bro, I think that shit like on some, it really just like been bred into me, especially black men. Like this, all I've experienced being a black man, but I just feel like our whole life we've been told we be wrong. Like when you little in the playground, you don't hear too many. Like some might say it, but you don't hear too many ones be like, "Oh, watch out for that little girl over there," or none. Watch out for them girls. You hear, "Watch out for them little boys. Them little boys gonna do this. They gonna do that."
the little managed ass boys.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Everywhere you go, the police treat you like suspect number one. Other niggas treat you like suspect number one. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's like everywhere you go, then it's like grow up, be good, be a functional adult. And it's like literally my whole life I ain't had no examples of this shit.
Can I have
Right.
I have a question? Does that dynamic impact how you guys relate to each other as friends? Because I know that I hear a lot, oh, we can't open up to our women, and that's totally understandable because the women are adjusting. But I always wonder, why don't you guys have those friendship circles amongst each other where you can open up? Do you think
No,
that?
I mean,
Mhm.
oh, go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, do you think that what Kenny just described, oh, watch out for those boys and things all the time, do you think that being pretty much programmed to see each other as threats impacts how you guys can be vulnerable with one another?
I mean, it can, but I mean, I think it depends on each
100%
person.
does.
It depends on each person because I don't know. I say like I got friends who look at like even like they friends as competition. You know what I mean? I don't look at none of them as
And that's
competition. I
weird.
think that's why me and bro be connecting because I know bro do his thing, I do my thing. We come in the middle, we handle this. You know what I mean? We do the pod or whatever the case is. You know what I mean? But I don't look at it as like I'm because these things, they know my life. You know what I mean? Like these my bros outside of podcasting. This ain't no like just on some show shit. Like these dudes know my personal life, so it's like I can be vulnerable with them. But of course, there's the moments where you be like, your boy's gonna be like, "Hey, bro, get out of that funk." But then at the same time, this is all love though, because we just don't want to see our homie just depressed over nothing slight. You know what I mean? But we still there for them. You know what I mean? So I don't feel like it's and we bump heads about shit too. I mean, hell,
I feel
Kenny, we bump heads about the being vulnerable with your girl shit, but I see where he be coming from because I didn't dealt with that before. So, but I didn't dealt with girls that don't do that they actually do, want to, help you or grow through it or whatever you want to call it. But yeah, I don't know. It's easy though. You just gotta have the right friends.
Yeah,
I feel
I
like
was
That's
just about to
true.
say that. Like
That's true.
it depends on your circle. It
Right,
definitely depends on
right.
your circle. And believe it or not, you'll be surprised how many how many guys are more vulnerable with their male best friends than they are with their women, or just women in general, like family
Yeah.
members or whatever. Because like for me personally, I do martial arts, I do jujitsu, and I've been training with these guys for like the past 6 years. Same guys for like the past 6 years. We've cried together. To be to be very, very open and blunt. Like there's been moments where I'll call them, they'll call us. We'll have those moments. Just straight boo-hooing. Like just being open, vulnerable. We've been there, and it's like we love each other. Like I can call them right now. I'm like, hey, bro, love you, bro.
Nah,
They'll call
facts.
like, I love you too. But it's like you see it, but you don't see it enough.
Mm-hmm.
It's more behind the scenes stuff.
Yeah.
Basically. Yeah, it's
Well,
like
not even behind the scenes, bro. I feel like each of us as grown men, we just be all the way honest. We all do exactly what you talking about, and to what I'm saying, like you all got that one homie who you ain't gonna. It's certain shit that you'll never say to him. You know what I'm saying? Like
right, because you know how he
got
going.
them in
You
the
know how he
phone.
gonna act, type shit.
You already know like these niggas here, like okay, boom, they hit is like oh shit. So it's certain niggas that you gonna keep certain information away from. So I feel like yes, to answer your question, below me, I feel like it does compromise the way you able to, open up to people like that. Because if the world see you as an enemy, that shit becomes psychological. So to a point when you're looking in the damn mirror, you see yourself as an enemy. You can't see nobody as an ally. So you see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
That's real.
for sure.
Yeah, but then you got people like me who want to see the good in everybody. But then that's why you got people like Kenny who helped me be like, and bro, not everybody wants good for you. So,
Yin and
because
yang.
I look at it as like everybody should just want, you should want, if you want good for yourself, I feel like as a whole, especially in our community as a whole, we gotta want good for each other because that's the only way it's gonna really work. But
Absolutely.
we're not. But
Steve, look at it like this though, bro. Not to cut you off, I'm sorry, but look at it like this, bro. And I'm not justifying nigga hating or nothing, but if you was you're an African child in a village and you over this motherfucker every night, you and your brother and sister gotta go stab a motherfucker for a piece of bread and some water. You can't be happy for a nigga run by in a bread truck. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't. Your mind not gonna let you go.
I get it.
I
get it.
I get that, bro. But you know that's not that's some status shit. I'm talking about we on the same playing field. It be niggas that we, you know what I mean? Not, you know, I don't want to get on the person shit, but like it's niggas that was at the same place with us that be hating on niggas. You know what I'm saying? Like how you gonna hate on somebody that going through the exact same shit, come up and everything? What you saying, I get it. Like you can have a little jealousy in the nigga that jealousy is what it is jealousy. You know what I mean? You gonna probably feel that way about people. That's just the way it is. But like if you understand the grind, like how can you hate on nigga, especially that's your partner? Like that's just weird.
Simple like this, weird, bro. You might measure him having more than you on some physical shit, like he got more than you financial, whatever. The shit he hating on you he might hate on how people react to you. He might hate on your vibe. He might hate that when you walk in the room, everybody get a laughing, joking. Oh, speed. You know what I'm saying? That don't do nothing. I got $1 million, but I don't got no friends. You see what I'm saying?
But that's
weird though. But
I mean, honestly, to me, that's a lot of self-inflicting. Like jealousy is so self-inflicting.
Right.
It is.
Because I've never met none of you before until when y'all sent this message out. You guys mentioned y'all podcast, boom, I immediately started looking it up. I asked how many episodes y'all done because like I want to know how y'all operate. Like if you successful, I want to be able to learn from y'all. And if it was something that I could have done, that I do that could help y'all, who am I to gatekeep? You know what I'm saying? Like I've never been the type of person to see somebody that be like, man, he got more than me or he got better than me.
Exactly.
No, if I get in contact with you, I'm like, hey yo, Speed. I see y'all got X amount of followers. Y'all been doing this longer than me. Y'all got X amount of followers. What are y'all doing to be successful?
Right. That's how it should be though. But
that's how it should be. Right. That's how it should be.
But it's not like that. Like, bro, like I said, we even in the short time, like to me, I still don't feel like 2 years is anything because I mean, like a lot can happen in 2 years, but it's still a short amount of time to where it's crazy to think of all the weird snake shit we done seen already. So it's just like, how can niggas be on the same playing field and not see that? You know what I mean? Like, how can we help each other more than it's not using or nothing that it's just like, if you see something working, let's come together and be like, bro, you're doing your thing, we're doing our thing. Let's make it work. That's kind of how me and Kenny came together. Bro been doing shit, bro. I've been knowing bro since high school type shit. Like, bro been doing music, all this shit, doing this shit. But bro had his own pod. I had my pod. We came together, bro. Like shit. I interviewed him for music shit. And then now we're here. You know what I mean? Like that's how it's supposed to be. But everybody else want to see it as like using, you know what I mean? I feel like that's right. They think being genuine is like using them or something. That's what I'm starting to think.
Yeah, no, it's I agree, but what I think that comes from is because I've experienced this before and I've almost went down this route. But when you're out there trying to do something and you see, like I said, I like CJ, you doing XYZ, blah 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 blah. How you do it? You can look at me like, oh, he just trying to eat that easy come up. He trying to eat off of me. Right. No, I ain't telling you shit. If I had to grind to get it by myself, you gonna have to learn that too. So that's a big stereotype that we have to, break in the, especially in Black men. Like just because, you doing something, you should be wanting to help that other person because you understood how hard it was for you to get to where you got by yourself. So why would you want that person who's under you doing that same way? Because you don't know what they might not have that same strong grind mentality that you have. They could be onto something great, but they don't have that push to do it. Then who was that helping?
And can I say something real quick, y'all? Can we please take the negative connotation away from being used? Everyone is here to be used. It is misused. That's the problem.
It's true.
Misused. That's true. Yeah, we are here.
Yeah, misuse. Yeah,
right. If I got cement blocks and you're a fucking carpenter, you know how to build houses, it only makes sense that we in business together. Like, that's just common sense. You're going to be used. Exactly. Yeah, it's not a problem if motherfucker misuse you. Like everybody be talking about, ain't nobody finna use me. You're not gonna get nowhere then.
Right.
Business
Exactly.
what do you think
bounce off
networking
each
is?
other.
Networking is using and being used. It's transaction. It's an exchange.
Exactly.
Like ain't nobody out here like this shit ain't falling from the sky. Like I think people have success fucked up.
Yeah, you know, it's weird. It's
I
weird,
agree.
you know, when people come on your show and stuff, like, you know what I mean, and they steal the whole, you know, swag behind your back, and then, you know what I mean, then try to steal your co-host and stuff like that. That's when that's misuse. You know what I mean? That's misuse. But you know, I
Definitely.
respect it, like, you know what I mean, like how you said, like, oh, you looked at, you know, you was looking us up and stuff, like that's real. You know what I mean? But if somebody about going behind your back and doing weird stuff, then I can't mess with that. That's misuse.
Yeah.
I can't mess with that.
Yeah. I can't rock with that. Can't rock with that.
All right, fellas. If I can present something to you guys real quick, and then I'm actually going to bring in our expert to get his opinion on it as well. So this is from TikTok. I think it's a podcast called The Pivot. And I just want to get y'all's fellas and Miss Globe and, of course, our people's opinion on it. Give me 1 second. And here we are. Okay. Let's take a listen.
Go through whatever he go through. Motherfuckers will sit there and make jokes. Allen Iverson was a fucking joke for a while until everybody found out that wasn't true. He turned. It's like, bro, no, bro. Being black is so fake right now. It's like motherfuckers only care when it's time for somebody to die and the cameras to show. It's like, bro, motherfuckers is out here showing every day that they need help. It's in the music, and we only listen to it to these die. It's like, bro, everybody out here needs help, and everybody walking around this motherfucker like they got it all together. I'll be the first. Everybody walking, and then the second time, like, bro, Dwight Howard cried on TV, right? They called the nigga soft. What the he was going through on the inside, he had to hold on to where he cried in front of 20 million people. How about somebody ask that question? You dig what I'm saying? You're right. It's just so much that motherfuckers go through, and it's like, bro, they like niggas, it's on front street. It's just like until a motherfucker break down or die, it's like, it makes sense now.
Crazy. I mean, he's right. He's right. And you know, you always hear like, you know, the only time a man gets his flowers is at his funeral.
Yeah, that's facts, though.
And yeah, it's sad that it's so true, because I've been in those places where, you know, those dark places where it's like, man, you try to reach out to people. No one seems like they want to listen. No one seems like they care. They try to make their problems bigger than yours. But then, you know, that person who finally stops reaching out, and then you don't hear from them, and then you hear something, you know, like, dang, they committed suicide or something bad happened to them. Oh, why didn't he tell nobody? Why didn't he call me? He should have called me. You know, I'm like, nigga, he did. But you shut him down. That's bad. That's so bad that it's like that. So bad that it's like that.
And I hate that when people be like, oh, like, as a person who like this, also the person who don't survive like a suicide attempt. I feel like that shit is so lame and corny. Like, what the fuck do you mean they shouldn't have called you? Like, if this person to the point he feel like he's gonna take his life, this man all the way out of there. That's some shit. Your ass just gotta be there. You know what I'm saying? Like, what you mean call? He can't even call himself at that point. He can't even talk himself off the ledge. How the fuck he gonna stop and be like, oh, let me call somebody? Like, what the fuck?
I don't know. They say usually the people who do it aren't the people that's going to keep talking about it. You know, they're just going to do it at the end of the day. So you gotta just be there for people. If you know they're going through stuff, you just gotta.
Before we go along, before Dr. Speed, we not talking about these fake ass nigga who your girl trying to leave. I want to kill myself.
Yeah, we ain't talking about that.
No, we ain't talking about that.
No, we don't break. Got fired. We're not talking about niggas like that. We talking about people really going through mental health problems. That's another problem with black men and mental health. You got so many motherfuckers abusing the mental health card.
Misuse of mental health.
That is true too.
what a
That
nigga
is
been
true,
through when
too.
he was 8. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, like we get it, but what's the next step? Like, when you gonna take the next step? Okay, goddamn, this happened when you was goddamn 10 to fucking 18. All right, you 26 now. What you gonna do about it? Like, that's the type of shit I be on. So like, when Speed was speaking to your friend, be like, all right, bro, trying to shake that. Like, I be like, I don't even care. I'm that friend. Like, you got probably a day or so, but after that, I'm like, hey, bro, you gotta get that shit right. Like, we gotta do some. If you're not gonna do nothing to change, you're not gonna keep complaining to me about it. That's how I feel. But
Yeah,
like
for sure. Yeah, because I'm like that too. Like I've had friends that they'll post encrypted messages on Facebook about stuff they're going through, and I'll reach out. I'll reach out before they reach out to me. I'm like, bro, I don't know everything you're going through, but I know what helped me, and that's training. Come train with me. Like if this is bothering you so bad, come to my gym. We can work out. You can get all that anger out, and just if it helps you feel good just one more day, then that's a win for me. That feels like a win. But you telling me, nah, man, I'm all right, man. I'll be all right, dog. Apparently not. Like I can hear it in your voice cracking when you talking to me. You stuttering and fumbling over your words. I'll be all right. I'm like, come work out with me, bro. Oh man, I ain't got the time. What you doing right now? What are you doing right now? Oh, nothing, chilling. Bring your ass on. No excuse.
Exactly.
Like you reached out, someone gave you a hand, and now you want to slap it away. Like, come on now. Don't do that. Don't do that. I'm like Supreme. Like I'll give you your little couple days to grieve and sob and cry or whatever. But day 3, 4, and 5, no. Come on, bro. Mm-mm.
And even if you're gonna cry,
nigga,
you need to cry making some steps. You know what I'm saying? You can
Yeah,
cry
like,
walking
right.
Exactly.
but we're not gonna be standing at the bottom of this bitch like, damn, we got a mountain to climb. Like, nah, nigga, we gonna have to cry on the way up this bitch. Like,
right,
niggas drink your tears, niggas want to cry on this
bad
mountain.
breakups and then turned the hell up from there, for real.
Right, no cap. Like, what the hell?
Man, yeah. I mean, but that just all depends on your village, man, your circle, for sure. Yeah, I'm saying, yeah, you gotta know who's on your team.
You gotta know who your team is.
Yeah, we have a lack as black men. I'm gonna say it, and I don't care if any other black men get mad, DM me about it. But we lack accountability as black men. Like, I swear to God, niggas
women too.
Heard no
women
man has
too.
ever corrected you or anything. So as soon as a nigga correct you, you get in your feelings. You feel like somebody trying to hurt you or somebody picking on you when really you just never been held accountable. So that shit sound like Chinese to your ass.
No, that's the ops, bro. They don't know me.
Like, come on,
got accountable before. That's the ops, bro. They don't know.
As a whole, we have no accountability. Like,
no,
we help
women neither
find excuses in most situations instead of being like, come on, bro, you could have got that.
Because the truth hurts, bro. The truth hurts. Nobody wants to just believe they're fucked up and shit. Nobody wants to take that and do things.
You're told the world is against you your whole life, and then somebody's like, "Hey, you have power." It's earth shattering.
They don't believe it.
Yeah, they don't believe it. They don't. It's uncomfortable. Like, really, I have power in this world. You told me it's stacked against me, but we
exactly.
You lied to me.
Right.
Mr. Warren, our expert, can you go ahead and chime in on the video that we just saw?
Yes. Hey, good afternoon, everybody.
Hey,
how you doing, sir?
That's great. First of all, great dialogue for sure, man. This is very timely in this season, especially when it comes down to men, mental health. I don't know if we did introductions. I don't go double back, but y'all already did introductions. For those that don't know me, they're watching on Facebook. I'm Thomas, born and raised in Dallas, Texas.
Can y'all hear him?
Yeah, I'm gonna say he sounds very, very
low.
Yeah, we can't hear you.
Okay.
I thought it was me.
Yeah, I'm saying like
Can you hear me
I was
now?
trying to turn.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does it sound choppy? All right. Okay, so just real briefly, just by introduction, I'm Thomas from Dallas, Texas. I'm an associate licensed professional counselor. Just love speaking and breaking stigma around mental health. Just by community platforms and taking outside of the four walls of counseling and actually getting into the community to educate and allow people to take away.
You're cutting in and out.
Just life tools to be successful in life. But so the video that we watched was very deep and real. I'll put that. Very deep and real. And what I really took away is that, you know, men's emotions are a mystery. And with many assuming that men are less into, which is not.
Oh, okay.
Because by definition, emotions are complex psychological and physical states associated with a person's mood, thoughts, and behaviors. So they involve a combination of physical and mental responses, such as feelings of pleasure, right? When we maybe eating a good meal, even sex, alcohol. You know, we make, you know, it get that, you know, that calm feeling, that euphoric feeling that we love.
All right. We keep losing him. Mr. Warren, you've been cutting in and out this whole time.
Okay. All right. Can you hear me now?
Can you guys hear him?
I mean, he still sounds like real low.
Yeah, it's like muffled.
Choppy.
Let me connect to my hotspot real quick.
Okay. While you're doing that, I'll have the men continue their discussion. But y'all said some deep things. I haven't really spoken because this is for y'all. This is not too much me and Globe. This is for y'all. So but I am gonna say one thing. Women need to be held accountable too. Because women, and they're not going to admit it, but I will. Some women contribute to some men's mental health. Like, I don't know, Globe, you can go ahead and chime in whether you agree or disagree with me or not, but some women, they're definitely a huge factor in that because, so let me just use an example, right? Paternity fraud, right? Like a female says a dude's the father and he's really not, and she leads him on, and later on he finds out the kid's not his and he was doing good, right? And the female doesn't get held accountable by law or by anybody else. She just moves on, and it's women, y'all need to be held accountable too, though. So
I want to say that obviously, my first priority is protecting life givers and children. However, all members of society are perpetrators of toxic masculinity, all of them. And it all stems back to capitalism. There's so much profit in programming men to believe that they're only entitled to pleasure and anger. Those are the only emotions that society says they can have. And there's so much profit in that because that just makes them the perfect laborers. Mm-hmm. And we all keep that alive.
That's facts.
Big facts. big.
Okay. Yeah, I couldn't even say shit but facts. Like, that's right.
Right. There was nothing else to be said. Like, yeah. Sound about right. But I think that just comes from, like you said, it's just that taking advantage of how it was when we were growing up. Because we was always, excuse me, taught to be strong and protectors and yada, yada, yada. So it's like, all right, so if this is what you're supposed to be, then do it. Like, well, yeah, we going to do it because it's our nature to do so, but we still want to pick and choose when we should be able to, But it's like,
think about it like this, bro. It's certain niggas who ain't taught to be nothing at all. Like literally since they were born, they've just been existing. Like I got a mom who work all the time. I go to school, come home, take care of my little brother and sister. That nigga is thinking about survival. He ain't worried, you know what I'm saying? The rest of that shit out of here. Like, until you can get that man like to see you ground level, his basic needs and shit, man, that shit is over with. Like, ain't nobody gonna hear you out. Like, like a lot of situations. This is true for women too, and like anybody who come from like a diverse background, or like a humble beginnings, quote unquote, bro. Your mental health is never really gonna be taken serious until we get growing, until we can get conversations like this. Like Speed said it before, our other co-host Lando don't said it before, and I said it. That's a thing I get out of podcasting, because even though I can sit here and have this dialogue with y'all, like I'm still not no nigga that's finna call no nigga and just spill out my heart. That's just not how I'm wired. Like since I've been 5 years old, like Speed, I told you this several times. My dad was the type to be like, spilled milk get wiped up. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, your ass getting, you come here, dad crying, you might get punched in the chest. Like, fuck is you crying for? Like, type shit. So it's just like, you know what I'm saying? You never really get to see it because your parents, they were raised off struggle, survival, just endure instead of trying to live. So you inherit that goddamn, that belief pattern. So goddamn, you can't worry about your mental health when, boy, we gotta eat tonight, or I gotta worry about my stepdad gonna come in here goddamn trying to touch on me, or I'm getting goddamn beat up at school, but my daddy's saying I'm pussy because I'm trying to tell him I'm getting beat up. You know what I'm saying? Like shit like that be going on. So you can't talk to a nigga about mental health when he's just trying to get through the day.
Yep, we're raised on survival mode, so all the elements and steps to thrive are just foreign to us, and they almost feel like sin when you try to step into that world. You feel a little guilt. I know I felt a little guilt for trying to navigate that. Like, okay, my mother always told me only 5 minutes. Feel it for 5 minutes and move on.
Right.
But yeah, we all feel. I've seen it. I feel a lot of us feel guilt and shame for being like, oh, this is how I feel. This is a part of me. I have these feelings. I'm wearing them. Heart on your sleeve is something to be embarrassed about. And that's just a layer as a woman. I know it goes even deeper for men who are supposed to just portray this strong picture of themselves all the time. It's like, what, you've got feelings? And then it makes other people uncomfortable.
Right. That's so true.
And as men, we gotta start a kid, because one of my favorite quotes is, it's easier to raise strong children than to repair broken men. So I feel like
at the beginning,
black men, what we gotta do, because like we living out our life now, we gotta start with the kids. Like whether it be kids in the neighborhood, if you volunteer in the community, anything, we gotta start showing them, especially young black kids, how to process their emotion. Because a lot of times these quote unquote killers, these gangsters, these niggas don't be want to kill nobody for real. Now I hate to say it like that, but you ain't trying to kill nobody for real. Like, listen to the music. They be talking gangster shit. Yeah, you spent the block, but why you spent the block? Because your feeling hurt. That man fucked your bitch. Excuse my language. That man fucked your bitch and your feelings hurt. That's why you want to spin the block. Your homie did some foul. You trusted him. That's why you want to kill him. Like, it's better ways that we have to deal with that shit. You know what I'm saying? Because that don't be the emotion. But like she said, when all you know is pleasure and anger, if this doesn't please me, then it has to make me angry.
Right. I mean, it's like what we said on the show. Well, we always say it. We need more creative outlets, because I think like especially every probably like young black kid, especially as a guy, you think you either gonna be a rapper or a ball player, something like that. You don't think about nothing else. So it's like if we need more people to see that there's other stuff to get into other than just I want to write songs or I want to play ball type shit. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Like there's other stuff like like Kenny said, the pod that's my outlet. I always wanted something that I could just get on and talk on my platform and just be like I can say what I want and just let everything out how I feel about shit. So that's why I
feel you, Speed. I'm pretty sure. I know. I ain't gonna say pretty sure. I know just from talking to Lamar. I know he feels
right.
Globe and Holly feel you. But what I'm trying to say, like until it's just more glamorous. Like the other shit, just like rap. Like until teachers is riding around in Bentleys and we got the goddamn the dude what the superintendent of the school, until he got 3-4 chains on and he hopping out with a model, and you know what I'm saying, he flashing money, you're not gonna get these young niggas attention. You know what I'm saying? It's like the ragging, not the ragging.
Okay, but you saying
it's like a wagging around away type shit.
Nah, I get all that, bro.
You can't tell me to be a teacher and this is like you can't tell me this is success when literally I can open my phone in 3 seconds and see something totally opposite. And from the world view, this is like he's living good. You see what I'm saying?
But we
Okay,
need. So you're saying we need to teach the kids as different forms of success then,
There
instead of
we
just
go.
believing.
well, no,
Instead of just
well,
believing,
that
I need to be rich.
Well, yeah, that too. I mean, my bad. I mean, just keep jumping. But yeah, it's that we need to teach them. Like, yeah, you have to understand the dark side behind everything. Like, yeah, you're just seeing what's painted inside that picture, that glam. Yeah, but you don't see the hard work that this person put in to get to where they got that.
Right.
Like, yeah, just because I'm not. No, go ahead.
No, real quick, just because it just something just thought about. Kenny, we know people like that, bro. They want the lifestyle of being a rapper or famous and shit, but when you asking them where music and this is and this and that, they don't want to do that. They don't want to sit down and go to the studio. They don't want it.
Everybody want to be Fetty Wap. Nobody want to lose an eye. I say that
exactly.
But yeah, that's like, I got two daughters. My oldest daughter, she's 7. She trains with me, and that's one of the things I try to distill in her. Like, yeah, if this is what you want to do, you got to go get it. And you just can't sit down and be like, oh, that person is doing XYZ and blah 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 blah. Yeah, you're just looking at that tip of the iceberg. That's all you see. I tell people my age that, like, man, this person, like, they just got it all. They just got the cars, money, clothes, women, blah blah blah. But do you understand how many nights this person stayed up working on what they're working on? Do you know how many broken friendships and relationships with friends and family that this person had to sever to get there? Because I've seen it, I've done it. Like, I've been in situations where I'll get invited somewhere and I'm like, you know what? Nah, it's not me. I lost a friend who I've been friends with for like 19 years or longer because I just didn't want to be in that environment. Because I'm like, when you get married, you have kids, you move different. Like, yeah, if this was me back in high school, like, hey, man, we about to go to this club. Yeah, I don't go to clubs, but I'll roll with you. But if it's like, no, that's not my scene, bro, I got more to think about. I got my kids to think about. I got my wife to think about. It's like, so I can't do that stuff no more. But that's the stuff that needs to be explained. It comes from us. It comes from teachers. It comes from our community. It comes from our village. Like, when these kids are idolizing all these stars and they're seeing people all this money and stuff, you got to understand, like, that shit ain't easy. Yeah, we can all sit back and be like, yeah, man, I would love to be doing XYZ and waking up and just making money, not doing nothing. But no, you got to start. Like, this shit ain't just gonna fall in your lap. That shit got to start.
But it's the setup from a child, because they don't never finish off the sentence. And the sentence, I mean, is they always tell you, oh, you can do whatever you want. You can do whatever you want. But they never put the but in there.
Yeah, they don't tell you the steps.
They never say if you do X, Y,
they don't give you the instructions.
Or if you work hard.
Nah.
And then we gotta be realistic. Life is unpredictable. You have to, like, there'll come a point in all our lives where we gonna have to sit down with our kids, people that have kids. I don't have kids yet. But the people that have kids, you got to sit down in your kid face. They're going to tell you your dreams. And you as a parent, you have to encourage them. But you also have to be realistic. Like, listen, baby, you can do everything right. And this shit still not happen for you. Because them are the odds that we facing. You know what I'm saying? I feel like niggas get so much of the left side that you can do what you want. You can be anything you want. You can. So that the first time niggas see can't, they lose their mind. Like,
they don't know how to react. I mean, think about it, especially in men. Like, a lot of men are they're scared of rejection. Like, that's how a lot of men you be seeing be going tweaking out on women, cussing them out when they get rejected and stuff, because their mom, especially in our community, a lot of them grew up with single moms and they get babied and enabled by their mama growing up. So now they thinking they supposed to have it their way. You know what I mean? So that's just the way it is. Even when you do have a dad, because my dad, he was a military dude. And like he went, like, he just punched me in the chest, but his mental, like, you know what I mean, like his, like, being a military drill sergeant type dude, your verbal and the way you act can affect somebody, you know what I mean? Like, so I couldn't be emotional around that nigga at all, type shit. Like, he wouldn't punch me in my chest, but his verbal would be like, nigga, you ain't supposed to be acting like this. You know what I mean? You a man.
Right.
Like, you don't see me around here crying. Like, he would just go work on a car or some shit. You know what I mean? Like, and just call it a day or just won't say nothing all day. But, you know, so that's how that was. You feel me? But
no, I just still that to my daughter because, you know, I didn't have a relationship with my, you know, my biological father at all. As you know, as a kid, yeah, but growing up, he wasn't around. You know, when he was alive, you know, I knew where he was at, but you know, we didn't talk at all. And you know, and when I had kids, well, even before I had kids, I was telling my wife this, like, if we ever decide to have kids, I would, like, one thing I would always do is be there for my child, because I know the mental, the mental stress of, you know, of being around, you know, being of a single parent home. My mom did everything she could for me, but you see, like, you know, you see kids growing up with both parents, you just be like, man, the fuck,
right.
how'd you get so lucky? Like, oh, they daddy here? What? You got a daddy? And what's weird is I still hear that today. I still hear that going, taking my kids. Like, I hear that going, you know, taking my kids to school. Like, oh, your daddy here? You got a daddy, bro? Like, you got a daddy? Like, what? Like, what? Like, I was like, yeah, but no, I keep it real with my daughter. Like, I don't coddle her. I don't, like, baby her. If it's like, you know, she can't be like, daddy, I can't do this. Well, you're gonna have to keep trying. It's so hard. Right. You got to get better. You got, you know, I'll help you, but I'm not gonna do it for you. And she understands that now. So I'm like, you know, she'll be playing her game. She's like, daddy, I can't beat this age. What did we just talk about? I gotta keep trying. I gotta do better. I gotta do X, Y, Z. Well, go. You know what to do. Go do it. You know, she come back 2 minutes later. Hi, yeah, I beat it, Daddy. Look, I beat it. Wow. So yeah, like, you know, like Kenny said, like Russ said, it starts at home for sure.
So we have Mr. Warren back. Mr. Warren, do you want to go ahead and chime in on anything that's been said?
Can you hear me again? We all good now? Forgot me?
I can hear you.
Yeah, I hear you better. I can hear you.
All right. What's going on, fellas? Man, no, y'all been really good. I really appreciate y'all being real and transparent. But that's often tough to do in spaces like this. So that's a step in the right direction for sure. But I just wanted to throw, as far as like emotions. I was saying before, like, we miss emotions. Young boys, you know, can be a mystery, and oftentimes many people assume that we're less in touch with our feelings and emotions, and which is not true. Far from the truth. And so I think we're just as capable of having emotions. And I know y'all know that, arrive them in a healthy way, which is key. Because many of us have seen, like on the podcast and Dwight Howard and a lot of professionals, athletes, even rappers, singers, you know, you name it, talk about mental health now more than ever. And I think many of us are talking about it, but many of us are not taking that next step of maybe seeing a doctor, a therapist, a minister, you know, if you're a lot to do that.
Okay.
I'll say it's breaking up again.
Yeah, it's breaking up again. Yeah.
Okay. Let me move, and I'll be right back.
Okay.
Oh man,
I feel where he was going. I feel where he was going. Yeah, I feel where he was going with that, but I think, like he's saying, like, we gotta be able to go see somebody, talk to somebody. But that kind of goes back. It's in our mind that we shouldn't inspire, that we can't talk to nobody. So, what's the solution to go? Just like, that. But how do we get like something flashy that's gonna make somebody want to go to the therapist or go see somebody to talk to get real help? Because they're just gonna say the same thing like everybody say, oh, they can't tell me what's wrong with me, they don't know me, you know what I mean? But sometimes that's the best person that can talk to you is the person that don't know you and they don't have no biased opinion of you. So But at the same time, some people still might look at that and be like, nah, that's not good enough. So how do we convince them to do that?
I mean, it's almost. I mean, no, honestly, it's like a monkey see, monkey do. Like somebody got to make that first jump,
right?
Like we all can't be sitting here like, you know, man, I'm struggling with, you know, XYZ, and we know we have the resources. If we know me, Supreme and Russ sitting here talking like, yeah, man, you know, I'm going through XYZ, man, and blah 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 blah, and we say like, you know, we need to go get help. We need to go get help. We can sit here and like, yeah, talk about it blue in his face until one of us just say, you know what, fuck it, I'm going to go get help. And as you know, like you said, as a man, you have to take accountability for yourself now. You can't hold on to, like you said, what happened, you know, 15, 20 years ago. Like, yeah, man, I'm still mad because of XYZ. Like, no, you gotta. And in situations like this, yeah, you have to stop being a punk and go take care of your business. So I was that way too. Like, I'm like, yeah, I don't know about therapy, man. I don't know this person. You know, they don't know me. I'm about to sit here and just sit in the room and talk to Holly for an hour. I don't even know her. She might go and tell her, you know, tell somebody my business. You know what I'm saying? But I was like, you know what? Talking to people I do know ain't been helping. So what's the worst can happen talking to a complete stranger? You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So now, you know, been going to therapy for like the last 3-4 years, and I can say it honestly helped. Because even now, like, I wouldn't been sitting here talking to y'all at all. I don't know these people. I'm gonna talk to them for. But yeah, like you gotta take that step, man. You gotta take your responsibility yourself. You gotta take that first step.
And honestly,
if you want to change for sure.
Right,
hey,
right.
Speed,
I
got an answer. Lamar just helped me come up with a solution for your question.
What's the
What's
answer?
up?
I feel like it'll help with like we can get some, not all of it, but we can wipe some of the smut away from the whole going to get help thing if we change the way it was dressed up. You know what I'm saying? Like change the presentation. Like basically, I feel like we need more. Even if they not from the hood, we just need more people to walk among the thieves. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of therapy and shit from the the average man standpoint, it kind of seemed like some sitting high looking low shit. You know what I'm saying? But if you make it more like where instead of it's it looks like say you're a nigga from the hood, you from South Central LA. You know, if the dude is sitting over there in a flannel, he got on a white tee, some Dickies, and a shirt, you know what I'm saying, and he talking your lingo, it's easier for you to, translate, and it's easier for you to make that jump into opening up about your personal life. But if you from South Central LA, you've been gangbang all your life, and the dude sitting across from you look like goddamn Berkeley's finest.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's instantly a communication barrier because in your head you think you know him and vice versa type shit.
Right.
Right.
So I mean, even if you might feel even a little bit more comfortable just knowing the person is black in general. You know what I mean? Just you know
more
what I mean?
of us in the space, like the same thing I say about everything else. We complain about it, but niggas ain't trying to get in there and do the work. We need more black therapists. We need black men.
Yeah.
Therapists. We need more.
But we have those. No, we have that option now. Like we have that option now. Like you can go click on, you can go on Google right now and type in, African American therapists. We got like right now. We're talking to each other across the United States right now. So you have no excuse. Like you can go on like type in, I want to talk to an African American therapist. They'll find you one. And if that person don't work out, you can go get another one.
Man, I'll be listening to podcasts and there's advertisements that tell you, oh, you can talk to who you want to talk to.
Better health.
You can feel, that's the one I'm talking about. Yeah. Anytime you listen to any podcast, that's the one always come on. Better health. I'm like, so it's ways you could do it if you really want to do it. I mean, they just don't.
But isn't that everything though?
That's
everything though.
Yeah, that's everything.
That's everything. Yeah,
that's everything. Yeah, that's everything for sure.
That's what I'm saying.
If you want it done, you'll go.
Yeah, if you really want help, you're gonna get it. But I don't think they want nobody. I don't think people really think nothing's wrong with them until somebody brings it up. Now it's a problem to them. Either you're mad or now you like Kenny said. If it's a nigga who just got broken up with, now he's gonna kill himself because his girl talking about leaving. Now it's a problem. But
we can do some shit like, or maybe we can do some shit like put some shit together where like in all of our cities, like we, you know what I'm saying, do like a barbershop talk, and we just like,
right.
you know what I'm saying, pay the barbers out for the this event I actually was a part of last year. Black Borders Matter, and I was working with them, and basically I was canvassing, you know, trying to get people, asking black men were they vaccinated, were they registered to vote, you know, just questions like that. And at the end of it, was a 2-week process, and at the end of it, we had a barbershop talk where we bought out the barbershop. It's called Masterpiece Barbershop in Albany, Georgia. We bought it out and paid all the barbers to basically just sit there all day and give out free haircuts. But while they was getting free haircuts to the kids and the parents, we was having a real talk about, you know, mental health and stuff like that. And it was crazy seeing like some older and younger black men who you'll never think that he'll be dealing with the type shit he dealing with. So I think that'll help, because you gotta say, yeah, we say getting help it's simple, like, okay, if you want to, you're gonna do it. But some niggas just not gonna go sit in no office on no couch or sit at no table and talk to no stranger about
Kenny,
life. Some people just
that's
not
literally
gonna do it.
That's literally what we just saying. Right.
Yeah,
you gotta take that. You gotta make that first step. You gotta be
example,
somebody has to make that first step.
But okay, but we keep battling with that part. But what if they don't do it? Like, how do you make somebody do that, bro?
You can't, bro. You can't make anybody do anything.
I was gonna say, Mr. Warren, do you want to chime in on that? How does one not so much make someone do it? Right.
Yeah. So one of the things, you know, about black people that I think if we don't therapy or expect from any form of community that's talking about topics of emotions, suicide, anxiety, depression, if you don't know what to expect, 7 times out of 10, we're not gonna go. So I think testimonials. Well, first of all, education is a big part of it, of course. But I think testimonials, you know, walking with someone, you know, y'all heard your father, so you go with your child to the doctor, right? And you can tell somebody else, another parent, what the doctor said or what signs to look for if their baby or a child is maybe running fever, or you know, all these types of things. You know that because you have a testimony, you've been there before, right? Same thing with mental health. Same thing with, you know, trying a restaurant for the first time. You went there, everybody said, you know what it tastes like, you know the service is top tier. You leave them a tip because what? On point. Same thing with mental health. Anything you try to do, whether it be in the office seeing person one-on-one, or you're on a podcast, you're writing a book, and you're doing a book club, all of that, if you don't have personal experience, I think personally, that's what I've had to learn with the black communities, because we like concrete steps. We want you to tell us what we need, how to do step by step, so to speak. And for a lot of us, or the black people, the black community as well. But I think us sharing a little bit about our story, that brought us through and made us who we are now, resilient, strong, that may help someone else to take that step. The patience goes a long way. I tell people all the time when I work, you know, be your tour guide through your own journey. I can't fix you, I can't help you, but I can give you the tools that's my assignment. I think everybody on the call has their own assignment. It may not be, you don't have to have the credentials. That's just for me, that tells you all of this stuff. People that have orders that are written in books that we as professionals look at, classify this person as bipolar or schizophrenia. That's just words as well. That doesn't mean that's who you are as a person. That's just words. So I think testimonials are cool, but we have to really kind of be honest with ourselves too about where we're struggling, because that just may help the next person. Say, oh, okay, you know, so it worked for him. Let me try it out. And I think that lack of representation in this, not black professionals that are doctors, counselors, psychologists that are in the field now, which is one of the reasons why I'm in it. Lack of representation. I want somebody, I don't know about you, but I want somebody who looks like me.
Right.
You know,
right.
That's just my response to that. I hope that makes sense.
Definitely.
No,
That makes sense.
I'm picking
So
up
would it be a fair assessment to say that I guess nowadays in society we want the work done for us?
Repeat that one more time.
I said, would it be a safe, to say that we want the work as a society today, we want the work done for us?
So
Because just it's just going off of what you're saying, because like you said, the testimonials, that means someone done it before. They understood, they already went through the burning fire. So I was like, well, if I'm going to be the one to say, hey, I need you to jump through this fire, did you do it?
Right.
I done it before. So how did you do it? How did it work for you? So
I look at it like this, bro. Like, and you can watch. Like, I literally had an epiphany the other night. I was out to some shrooms and I was just watching TV and I realized, like, bro, like, no real shit though. Like everybody, exactly what you're saying, Lamar. Like everybody in mainstream media, entertainment, they are literally playing this safe area. Like they're not realizing that you keep trying to replicate and redo old shit, but the old shit is so classic because they were literally innovating. Like these people literally, like, people love the original Star Wars way more than the last one, but the last one had multi-million-dollar budgets. But it's just something about having to be resourceful, having, you know what I'm saying, having to create, having something fresh.
The grind,
exactly. And I think now people are just trying to skip the process. Like they don't want to be uncomfortable.
They just want
to level up.
I mean,
they just like,
you gotta Kenny, think about it, especially in
I'm gonna call it
like especially in small towns alone, bro. You gotta think about it. Women will sell the same shit, eyelashes, this, doing the same thing and calling themselves a businesswoman. That the next girl is selling the same shit. Dudes be trying to be rappers and they know they ass. You know what I mean? Like they just all trying to like steal something, or not steal it, but just take something, try to do a little bit better. But it's all about, well, that goes into popularity, because then if you know more, you're gonna get bought some more stuff in a small town type thing. But I get what you're saying, bro. I get what you're saying.
Like it's just like it seemed like that at first, but you have to, like, I had to realize this too, and I'm still kind of realizing it. Like niggas like us and females like it, well, men like us and women like y'all, a lot of times shit be delayed gratification. You know what I'm saying? Because the popcorn shit, that shit gonna blow up quick. You know what I'm saying? They could easily be on morning mimosas instead of mental health versus men. They could be on this bitch talking about body counts and you know, yada yada yada. And that's okay for the people perspective that's, you know what I'm saying, that do that make their money off that. But people that actually stand on something and actually got morals and shit, it's always gonna be hard for you, because it's like you trying to take basketball rules to the football field. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, these rules make sense to you and you playing by these rules, but your opponent, he don't give a fuck about no morals. He ain't got no rules, so he gonna do whatever. He gonna slime you out. He gonna get low as he can get.
They out here faking the funk, man.
So you know what I'm saying? When you walk high, you gotta understand that shit. That high road be a little longer.
Yeah.
So, just to piggyback of what you were saying, Supreme, we talking about that grind, and we can apply that to a lot of things. If we talk about mental health, or we talking about work, we talk about business. If we even talk about going to the gym, it's all about that grind. So you see all these people online, flexing in the mirror, these perfect bodies, selling, tummy teas and shape waves and all this other stuff. And my wife, and she's like, I want to go to the gym. I'm like, okay, well, we can go to the gym. You know your boy like to go to the gym. We go to the gym. But she's like, she's like, she'll see a certain body type. And she's like, oh, I want that body. I'm like, why you want that body? Oh, because it's like, look how she's walking. Look at her confidence. Look at this. She got this and this and that. Her clothes fit her, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, let's look at it this way. Just say, for example, you're looking at someone else's end goal, and you want that end goal so bad. Your fear is, if you start working out and you don't get to her end goal, you're going to be disappointed in yourself. I was like, you can't think that way. I was like, you take your own journey. Like there's nothing wrong with having a goal at the end, but let's be more realistic. Like you're not going to be able to do every single thing that this person did down to the T, because genetics, you think of, work ethic, you think of, like I said, mental health and everything. So I'm like, yeah, if you want that, I'll play devil's advocate. Yeah, go get it. Go work for it. If that's what the body you want, go get it. But I want you to understand the journey that you're going through, because once you start working out, you're working towards that, you get to a certain point, eventually you're gonna be like, you know what? This is nice. I like what I got. Because at that point, you're more so focusing on the grind itself versus the end goal.
Right.
Because like if you focus,
if you enjoy it, bro.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, because it's like
shit, because it's so many people, like Usain Bolt didn't become the fastest man in the world by looking to the left and right. Oh shit, these niggas might be close. He was fucking bucking.
Worry about him.
I see that. I'm trying to get this medal. Fuck y'all, I'm out of here. That's how people gotta look at it. Like
the house.
Like, and being selfish is not a bad thing when you come to your dreams and when it comes to your goals. Like, I feel like a lot of creatives, we get from, like, especially from family and friends, we get flack, or we get, they try to throw it up in your face or say a little slick shit because you choose to put your goals first. But I feel like that'd be projection, because it's not my fault that you let this shit sideline you, or you let whatever situation.
I mean, but we know.
So now it's like prime example, my family. Anytime I do some shit, like I make an industry from, like I sell some art to like an industry nigga or something, they instantly is like, Speed, how you do that? You ain't sell your soul, did you?
Right.
Like, what the hell?
That's what I'm saying. Like, they look at the little.
If you on the other side,
that's what I'm saying.
Cheat code or something.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Like, cause we're all fucked up, bro. It's from the childhood, bro. Like, you think about it, bro. Anytime somebody blew up that was black, they either killed somebody off in their family and got, joined the Illuminati and shit. That's what they look at, bro. They don't just want to just think. They never just want to think like, this nigga tried. He did what he said he was going to do. Even though we've been promoting this podcast for this damn long, and now we done hit 500,000. Now everybody like, oh, where this came from? Type shit. Right. Like, no, we've been doing it. Y'all just now see it when y'all see certain numbers. That's all it is. Like, numbers make the world go round, and people. That's why people out here faking view count, faking follower counts, and all that shit. Like, and you know what I mean? That shit not organic. I'd rather have organic core fan base, or whatever the case is, that actually fuck with it, because then you know who actually watching. Do you know if you're actually doing something?
And that's what gonna last. Because when you have a live podcast, them the niggas gonna buy them tickets. When you put that merch up, them the ones gonna cop the t-shirts. Them bots you buying, them people ain't coming to see you. You ain't getting no revenue from no fucking bots.
Hey, Rush,
and then the people you trying to put, like, goddamn appeal to, they don't give a fuck. They just gonna wait till it look like something to say they always believed in it.
Right. Like, Rush, peep this, bro. A few years ago, I started making t-shirts. Started my own t-shirt company, right? Every day I was posting, hey, share this. I'm posting every single day, bro. I had a friend tell me, you always posting that. Ain't that what I'm supposed to do?
Right. Yeah, exactly.
You mocking me for grinding? Like, what's up with that?
That's what I'm saying. But then Kenny know, then they gonna be like, bro, you supposed to be the nigga that got us out of the hood type shit, or you supposed to be the nigga that's supposed to do this and do that. But it's like, but then you don't even share,
don't
bro.
So how can you even? Don't get me started,
but my thing is, bro, you know how I feel about this topic, Supreme. It's like, how can you?
You know how I feel. That's why I said don't get me started.
Like, how can you tell me what I'm supposed to do with my shit? Like, how I'm supposed to move with my shit? I'm trying to make it, but you see this shit, you like getting annoyed with it. You should be happy I'm out here trying to grind with it, especially if you came from, like, if you grew up with me, you should be happy that I'm trying to put something like this much work into something to make it worth something at the end of the day, because it can help us all out. When I first started this shit, it was supposed to be the whole gang of us on this mug, but these niggas ain't want it as much as me. I can't be mad at that. I can't be mad at them for that. They my boys. They can get on the show whenever they want. But like we said in the beginning, if people don't have that same passion as you, it's not gonna ever work. Like, this shit would have failed back then. But I got the foundation now. I got who I need. So don't be looking crazy when we do make it, and now you want a spot. That's weird.
Yeah. And then a lot of times, bro, that would be the land of nigga process. Like, like it might not necessarily be you. It might be God know you got a real deal snake in your circle, And if I give you what I got for you right now, this person is gonna destroy this shit. So I'm gonna give you a little time. You gonna weed them out. Life gonna let you figure it out. But one thing about life, it always gonna goddamn reveal and divide. It always gonna do it. That's the natural process of life. So like, God be like, well, I feel like God be like, I'm gonna let you handle that and then get out of the way, because you ain't never noticed sometime in your life you cut out that person you always had questions about. You ain't got necessarily cut them off, but you provide separation, or you just give it a little distance, start moving a little different, and shit just get lining up for you. Like
right.
A lot I've seen it time and time again. Like a motherfucker get from around me, and every time a motherfucker get from around me, I level up. I swear to God. And them be the main ones that come back, like Speed say, like, damn, bro, you supposed to be or you supposed to do that, like, bro. What you a grown ass man. What you piss will not make me. I mean, what you drink will not make me piss. Yada yada yada. Y'all know the rest. Like, come on, bro. It's only so much I can do. I cannot lead you to the water, put your head in it, make you drink, open your throat, make you swallow. Oh, here go your food, chew. Like, I can't do all that for you. Like,
okay.
Yeah.
But hey, fellas.
You go ahead.
Hey, fellas. But I appreciate the deep conversation that y'all are having. But I'm actually gonna have Globe ask you guys a final question so we can actually go ahead and hit out.
Okay.
I know. No. I appreciate y'all. No, I appreciate y'all's conversation though. It's been lovely. But Globe, you wanted to go ahead and ask them one final question?
Oh, yes. So we're talking about mental health, and at the core of it, it's that you guys have to be strong. And of course, we do need to be strong, but I want to know what your definition of strength is, and what definition of strength you like to be promoted to your peers and to young boys out there.
I would say, me personally, my definition of strength is admitting that you're not strong.
Yep.
Facts.
That's the best way that I can see it, because it takes someone to be very, very strong to be very, very strong. But it takes someone to be very strong to be very, very weak too. Because you hide your emotions, you try to bottle it up, you try to, put on this front. But no, like, if you, like, the strongest point is when someone say, you know what, I need help. I'm tired, I can't figure it out, I'm weak, I'm not strong, I need help. So that's when I feel like someone's their strongest.
That's facts. I ain't gonna lie, that's what I was thinking, bro. That's facts. That's facts, bro. That's facts. You gotta be able to, like you said, just to piggyback off that. All I can say is you do gotta be able to admit when you're weak. You know what I mean? That's not just because you're in a weak moment don't mean you're not strong. Like you said.
Yeah.
Like, I just need people to realize that, because I think that's our biggest problem. But I still blame social media. I still blame social media though. I ain't gonna lie.
A little bit.
I blame social media.
A little bit, yeah. A little bit.
But yeah, that was good. That was a good one. That's what I think.
Shit, I agree with y'all 110%. The only thing I'll probably add, to the part when she said about to like a younger person, I would let them know that, the emotions that you think you feeling, they might feel isolated, you might feel alone, but it's not that,
Mm-hmm.
We all have been through it, they're growing pains. So, you will get through it as long as you keep trying, as long as you facing forward, it's not the end. And I feel like strength is, we need to show them, because, you can tell them all day, but until you lead by example, it'd be really hard to reach, especially these young kids. So I feel like we should show them like what true strength is. Like strength ain't being untouchable. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
strength is I'm touchable, I'm reachable, and I'm grinding through it still. You know what I'm saying? Like, we riding in this tank, this bomb just blew up, this motherfucker rolling still. They done shot the window out this motherfucker, you know what I'm saying? RPG going off everywhere, and we still see the flag, we finna go catch the point nonetheless. You see what I'm saying? So that's what I feel. I feel like endurance is strength, because life whoop all our ass. You gonna cry, you gonna scream, you have the moments you gonna want to kill. You gonna face every emotion with this shit. So keep going. You know what I'm saying? That's what I say.
It's a roller coaster. It's a roller coaster, bro.
It's a marathon.
Exactly. It's a marathon. We just gotta keep going. Gangster.
Yeah.
Or you gonna die? I mean, what you gonna do? You gonna stop and die? Like, that's right.
Mr. Warren, what is your thoughts on that? Your definition of strength?
Shoot, well, just all of that and more. Well, I mean, just as a general broad, I think it's being vulnerable, expressing your emotions, and being open, as well as the courage to stand up for what's right. That's what I hear from everybody tonight. Like, you're trying to stand up for what's right in your corner of the world, and strength doesn't mean you have to change a person just to get them to. Because you have a voice in this life, and also, strength is ability to lift up other people as well. Your friends, your family, your relationships, people that you care about, lifting them up too, even in your own journey and facing adversity. And lastly, just I think strength in men is a blessing too, and a source of power that can be used for good in this world. So that's my definition of strength.
Well, fellas, we appreciate all of you guys for coming on Morning Mimosas today. Once again,
appreciate you inviting us.
Yes. Appreciate the invite.
Thank you. And as you guys know, this is Morning Mimosas, where we put value in criminal justice, promoting healing and education for our Black community. Y'all stay tuned.